Hey everyone. Good evening. How's everybody? Thank you for joining my live. My name is Laura Rodrick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. I go live every Tuesday around 7 p.m. and bring some fun card classes and show you some fun ideas. If you hop on, say hello. And if you're watching on the replay, either on my Facebook business page, which is Sunshine and Sparkle Stamping, or on YouTube, which is under Laura Rodrick, please leave a comment or say hello. I thank you all for watching. We're going to have fun today. Today we're going to focus on Easter, so I'm excited about the projects that I have to show you. Now this is a class that I offered in advance. Hi Lois. People purchase the class and then they have it in time to do the projects to craft along with us tonight. So that's lots of fun. So we've got a big lineup tonight. We have 5 cards and then a little Easter basket type project to do. So that's a lot. So I won't talk too much tonight. We'll just get started on the projects. Let's see. Every week I like to give away something for people who share my video. So all you have to do is share it either on one of the Facebook pages or on YouTube and leave a comment that you shared. Sometimes when you share it I can't always see who it is that shared. Hi Renee. But please leave a comment that you shared and then I'll enter you into the contest. Then I do a random drawing with my little spinner app and then I draw a winner for the prize. So this week's prize, I was giving away this 3 twine combo pack, which this is a really fun pack. I love the colors in this pack. And the winner from this week's share was Kim Scutchfield. So Kim, congratulations. If you message me or email me your address, I will get these in the mail out to you right away. My email address is sunshineandsparklestamping@gmail.com. All right, so the share contest for this next week, I'm going to give away the stamp set, and this is the Beautifully Happy stamp set. So in advance, I'd like to thank everyone for sharing my video. It makes a big difference. I appreciate it. All right, let me see if I can get myself to come up on Facebook, and there I am. Make sure my volume's off. Okay. All right, good. Well, let's get started on making cards because we have a lot to make tonight. All right, let me turn my camera down. Renee, thank you for sharing. Okay, let me make sure that I'm low enough that you can see my hands. I think that looks good. And pull up my chair. All right, so tonight's projects, we're going to be working out of the mini catalog. And we've got a new catalog that's going to be coming out very soon. As a matter of fact, demonstrators get to see the catalog early. So next Tuesday, I think at 2 p.m. Central Time, we're going to get to see the catalog. There's going to be a color refresh. So there's going to be new in colors and they're going to take away some old colors, add some new colors. So I'm excited for next Tuesday to see what we're going to have. Then demonstrators can order from the catalog, I believe, starting beginning of April. And then customers can start at the beginning of May. So all very exciting. All these new products, I can't wait to see everything that's coming out. It allows demonstrators to go ahead and order some of the product, not all of it, in advance and get some projects ready to show you so you can see what's coming up in the new catalog too. Today we're working out of the mini catalog and I am using this little Easter Bunny stamp set to make the cards. These are the cards that we're going to make tonight. So we've got this Happy Easter card. Everything's coming up carrots. This Happy Easter fun fold. Another Happy Easter card and a Thanks a Bunch card. And then we're going to do this little Easter basket treat project. All right, so let me get things set up here. So because this was a buy in advance class, I'm not doing make and takes this week, but if you place an order with me by Saturday, then I will send you a package of the in color opal rounds. These are really pretty. These are the colors, the in colors that are going to expire when right before the new catalog comes out. So this is a really nice set of the opal rounds in those beautiful in colors that are about to retire. And I'm wondering if one or two, I hope one or two stays with the refresh. Polished pink is one of my absolute favorite colors, but who knows what's going to happen with that. So you can still do that. Here's the host code to use for that. I did still offer the old host code from last week. If you want to get the calendar set, I had extended that. So just use the right host code to get what you would like free for placing an order. And what else did I want to tell you about the host code? I think that's about it. So either one is fine to get this week. Okay. Here is our Easter Bunny stamp set. Really, really cute. The other stamp set we're going to be using tonight is this one right here, Thanks a Bunch. And this was one of the celebration items. So hopefully you got that for free. And we're not going to be using any punches this week. This had a punch to go with it, which was out of stock, so I didn't use it for any of the projects. We're just going to do some fussy cutting. And then the stamp set with the carrots didn't have a die set either. So, but I will say I have one set left. If you didn't get the Easter set and you would still like it, I just kind of want to show you what it looks like. You get all the projects, all per envelope, all cut and ready to make in your kit. You get a cute little thank you gift from me with a little surprise inside. You get a whole bolt of this beautiful pool party ribbon, a package of iridescent pearls, this package of designer series paper, and then this Thanks a Bunch stamp set is also included. The total price, including shipping for this card class, is $40. I have one set left. If you're interested, just email me and I'll get you set up for that. Okay, so let's get going on cards. I said I was going to, and I'm still talking, right? Let's start with this card right here, this cute little Easter Bunny Happy Easter card. Let me get that out of the way so you can see the host code still. So what we're going to use for this card, I've got a couple dies, and I die cut all the items for you in the set. So your pieces will come just like I show them on the envelope tonight. But I used this zigzag die for some of the projects tonight just to make a cute little paper border with. And I love this set. This is the basic borders dies. Lots of fun. We've used this cloud one lots of times. I've used this one lots of times. Really a nice set to have. And the layering circles dies also. Okay, so here is our first card kit. And these are our pieces. So we're going to start with Fresh Freesia. And this card base is our standard size card base. So it's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored right down the middle at 4 1/4. This is going to open this way. The next layer I have is a Highland Heather. This is 5.5 by 3 3/4. And that's going to be our layer that goes this way. Then I have from that DSP that I'm giving away free in this kit. And what was the name of that DSP? Dandy Designs DSP. Anyway, the colors are perfect for Easter. I love these colors right here. So this piece from the Dandy Designs is 5 1/4 by 3 1/2, and that'll be our next layer here. All right. I cut out one of the layering circle dies from the Highland Heather. I cut out a white circle, and I know the borders are supposed to be just on the edge like that, but I like mine a little fatter. You can do yours any size that you want. And so we're going to put our little bunny in here. We're actually going to stamp our bunny right on here. And we're going to stamp a couple other little things here too. So I have a little piece for, actually I have two little pieces for stamping. Okay. So we're going to stamp two different designs on these little pieces. We have this little border, and I don't think I pulled out the die set for that. I think that is from the, what set is that from? Let me think. I normally pull those out. That is from this set right here. Stylish Shapes Dies. So it's this right here. Okay, glad that was handy and nearby. And then I ran that border across both sides of this basic white cardstock to make this zigzag border that's going to go in the middle. Okay, so that's all of our pieces. Let's do a little bit of stamping to start with. We're going to start with our Easter Bunny. And there's 3 different Easter bunnies in the set. We're going to do this one right here. And I'm going to start by just doing this in the Memento Black. And we're just going to stamp this little guy right in the middle of our circle. I think this bunny is really cute. Who doesn't love bunnies for Easter, right? Okay, then the other thing we're going to stamp is the little flowers that we're going to put around the bunny's neck. So I'm just going to ink that up and stamp that right here. And then the other thing I want to stamp is some of the grass. And we're going to do that in Granny Apple Green with this cute little grass blades, right like that. So I'm actually, to make sure this is long enough, I'm going to do it on, make it kind of a diamond and do it on an angle so it's a little bit longer. And I'm just going to go across with the grass. And then I'm going to do like another layer right underneath like that. And that's going to be kind of our little border. I'm probably not going to go that deep, but let me just add a couple more just for the heck of it for our grass. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of coloring on what we've stamped. All right, so let's just start. This is Granny Apple Green Light. And I'm just going to color in some of these blades of grass. And I'm not going to even be careful about it. I kind of don't need it to even go on the lines. I'm just trying to add a little bit of interest to this. Now, if you want to, you can go all the way up to the lines and make it perfect, but I'm like, it's kind of just grass, and I just kind of want it to look kind of, I don't know, bushy, grassy, a little bit wild, right? So did everybody have a good week this week? I hope y'all had a great week. I was in Chicago. I went to Chicago Friday morning early, and I didn't come back till yesterday. And my granddaughter turned 2, so there was a big party. Lots and lots of fun. Had to get used to the weather again for a minute. So when we went out running errands on Saturday morning, it was 14 degrees and it was snowing sideways and blowing wind. So that was not what I was used to, but it was fun and I enjoyed it anyway. Okay, so now let's finish coloring and then we'll cut that. I didn't do much with the bunny. All I basically did with the bunny was add a little bit of petal pink to the ears, the inside of the ear. Just like that. And then just a little bit to the cute little bunny nose. And that's basically all I did to the bunny. Okay, so then this little flower piece, I'm going to take a little bit of the Granny Apple again. And I feel like I might need to get a new Granny Apple Green because my brush tip isn't working that well anymore. I've probably used the heck out of it. And if you're low on any colors, blends, paper, now is a good time to get them because once they announce the color refresh and what colors are retiring, those things will sell out right away. So if you have a favorite color, I would say get it now before it sells out. So I need to heed my own advice and maybe get myself a new Granny Apple Green just in case that's one of the colors that gets refreshed. I hope it doesn't. It's one of my favorite greens, but you never know. So I'm just kind of randomly doing different colors for these flowers. I'm going to do a little bit of, so I used fresh freesia for the purple. I'm going to use a little bit of the polished pink for this little rose in the middle. And I'm going to try a little bit of pumpkin pie. I think when I did the first one, I actually used my mango melody. I need to remove that from my blends because that's retired and you can't get it anymore. So I need to take that out of my collection so I don't accidentally use it anymore. Let me just put a little bit here. Okay, and then some Daffodil Delight. Just fill in the rest of the colors. This is the dark. I could have used the light too if I wanted a little bit lighter color. So that's it. Just making a little bit of a colorful little, what would you say? Necklace, flower, I don't know. What would you call it? I'm not even sure. Huh. Lois said she had trouble with her Granny Apple Green also. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right. Hi, Pam. Lois says, my granddaughter's so cute. Thank you, Lois. She is so much fun. I get a big kick out of her. She's just a pleasure to be around. I'm glad I got to go see her for her birthday. All right, so I'm just cutting the top of this right now. Kind of messy, leaving a little bit of border around the blades of grass. I just want something for the bunny to kind of be sitting on. And I'm sure this is too big, but that's okay. I'm just going to put it across. And then I'm going to fussy cut this. And again, I'm not going to be too crazy careful. I think it would have been nice to have dies for this bunny set, right? To cut these things out, and since there's 3 different bunnies, and that bunny punch sold out right away, right? We didn't even have it for close to Easter. I guess the punches sell out pretty quickly. You got to get the punches right away. But again, it was only good for, I think, 1 bunny. Unless you wanted to do it out of patterns. I've seen that. That looked really pretty, to use the bunny punch and cut different patterns of bunnies out. All right, so we're just gonna glue this on to our bunny. So I'm gonna start by taking the grass first. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of seal and go across this way. And put it on the circle like this. Just so our bunny has a little something to stand on. And then I'm just gonna flip it over, and you can see, obviously I cut a ton too much of grass, which is fine. Now when I did the original card, I put the grass on first and then I cut the circle, so I maintained that little bit of border going around it, but you can do it this way too. So now we've got our bunny on the grass, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of seal. You could use glue to put this on too, but y'all know I'm really messy with the glue, and I'll probably get glue all over. And just kind of put this around the bunny. Isn't that pretty, our festive little bunny? Okay, so now let's attach this to our other circle. I'll put that right in the middle, and we're going to assemble the rest of our card. I did not stamp the sentiment yet. I'm going to do the Happy Easter. And let me find it. I have a bunch of sentiments over here. And we're going to do that in Highland Heather. It fits just perfectly on this stamp, on this die. Okay. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is, let me attach this one first to the Highland Heather piece. So I'm gonna put a little bit of ribbon around, so I wanna make sure that I have enough to put it around. Now you can see I cut that just a tad bit long, so I'm just going to trim it up here so it's nice and even and doesn't look funny. Okay, so this is going to go on next right here. Let me line it up to the edge. It's going to go right about in the middle, and I'm lining up the one edge super carefully because the other edge, if it's a little bit long, I'm going to trim it again. Whoops. Make sure everything, always better to have it a little bit longer, right? Okay, now I've got this piece right here that I can tie the ribbon around, and it's pretty solid and pretty, I want to say like stiff. There's a lot of good layers. So I'm going to take that Pool Party ribbon. Do you guys have this ribbon? It is so soft, and the sheen is beautiful. I love this ribbon, and of course, I love this color. It's so pretty. So let's just wrap this around and tie a bow. Sure this is right about here. Okay, so our circle is going to kind of help hold that ribbon in place too. So I'm just tightening up my bow a little bit, see if I can make it look any prettier. All right, let me get my ribbon scissors so I get that one. Looks fine. I'm not even going to touch that. Whoa, hold on, butchered that one. Okay. So there's our ribbon. Well, now they're kind of uneven. Okay, that's all right. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece down. Just going to add ribbon to kind of hold it in place. Okay, there we go. So that is the base of our card. I'm going to just pop up our cute little bunny. I am going to trim this just a little bit shorter right here. Maybe my ribbon scissors are getting a little dull too. Might have to get a new pair. All right, let's take some dimensionals. Oh, Pam, thank you. Okay. I love pastel colors, so Easter is right up my alley. Okay, let's pop up our Happy Easter sentiment. And let's add some of these iridescent rhinestone pearls. You might take your pick. Now, if you ordered the kit, you got a whole package of these, so you can use as many as you like. All right, you guys, that is our first card. Cute little Easter card. I hope y'all like it. All right, let's do our next project. So next, we're going to use that other stamp set. Let's do Everything's Coming Up Carrots. Put a couple things away here so I can find them again. And when I first saw this Thanks a Bunch set, I was like, really? I don't know. Carrots? I'm not sure about this set. But when I started playing with it and saw some other projects people made, I really started to like it. I thought it was really cute. So we're going to use this stamp set for this. I also used this embossing folder, and this is the gingham embossing folder. And as you can see, I embossed this little part right here, this Granny Apple Green. If you got the kit, I embossed that for you, so you don't have to buy that. Okay, here is the kit for this one. All right, same card base with Granny Apple Green. I've got a little piece on the inside. Let me pull that out. So 8.5, 5.5, scored a 4 1/4. This piece is 5 1/4 by 4. This is basic white cardstock for the inside layer. I have got that same Dandy Designs DSP. So this piece is, hold on, 5 1/4 by 3 inches. Okay. And then I've got this I'm going to use for stamping, this piece of basic white. I've got Pumpkin Pie, and this is 4 1/4 by 2 1/8, and that's going to be my border around this piece right here. And I've got basic white we're going to stamp on this. And this one is, I've got a lot of white. It's 4 by 1 7/8, okay? So we're going to stamp on that, so let me put that aside. Our other pieces here, again, the layering circles dies, and I told you I used that gingham embossing. So Pumpkin Pie for that, Granny Apple Green for that piece right there. I cut this little piece out of Granny Apple Green for our sentiment, and we're ready to do a little bit of stamping, okay? So let me get a little scrap to go underneath. You can see the flowers that we used from last week on here. Okay, and so what I'm going to use for this is this cute little, there's a cute little carrot stamp, and then this cute little top of the carrots. So we'll start by doing the carrots in Pumpkin Pie. All right, and we're just going to randomly stamp them in different places on our card. One can go here. Maybe we can do an upside down one. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now we'll just take some Granny Apple Green and do the little tops and just make a cute little design. And just stamp those on. one really doesn't. You can't really see anything, but we'll just go like that. All right, I think that's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna stamp a bunny on this piece right here. And then we're gonna cut the bunny out. So let me get my memento back out. Oops, I hit my light, sorry about that. And this bunny is gonna be sideways. Hold on, I can see somewhere I've got green. There it is on my fingers. And we'll put our bunny right here. And then we're gonna stamp a couple carrots to cut out also. So this is the other carrot that's already in one piece. So I'm gonna stamp 2 of those that we're gonna cut out. And then on the inside of the card, I'm just gonna stamp 1 of the carrots right here, just like that. Okay. Minimal coloring again. The only thing I'm going to do for the bunny is just take that petal pink and do the nose and the ear again. Ugh, that's pumpkin pie. What am I doing? That's not good. Let's blend that out a little bit. Make it not so bad. A little bit of nose. My coloring leaves a lot to be desired. Now that the bunny looks like he has a cold. That's good. All right, pumpkin pie, now we need that. I'm gonna do, let me get out my dark pumpkin pie too. And I'm gonna start with the dark. And just do a little bit, kind of where these little carrot lines are. And same thing with this one over here. And then we'll blend it with the light. And I think I'm going to use my bullet tip for this one. Did y'all have a good St. Patrick's Day? That's the day I arrived in Chicago. So we had our traditional corned beef and cabbage. This is Granny Apple Green Light. So we had a really nice St. Patrick's Day. We all wore our green. We made Irish soda bread. It was fun. Okay. I think that's all the coloring we're doing for that. Nice and easy, right? Simple. Okay, this piece is ready. This piece we have to do a little bit of cutting. So let's do that next. And then we have to stamp our sentiment on here. So, you know, anytime I go to Chicago, I have to get all my favorite foods. So I kicked it off in the airport because I found Garrett's popcorn, which is delicious. So I got a bag of that right in the airport. And then I think for lunch the first day, was it? Or maybe a Saturday, I can't remember. But one of the days I got my my beef too. You got to get a beef sandwich in Chicago. So good. And then of course I had to have pizza, but Nicole and Brian served pizza at the party. So I got my pizza fix and leftovers, which was amazing. So I hit all my favorite foods while I was there. It was super good. And then, of course, plenty of cake and cookies, too. And then, you know, I always go in my old food store and get some of the favorite things that are in the food store, too. As a matter of fact, I left some Affy Tapples in Nicole's refrigerator. I always buy them and then never have time to eat them. So I'm going to make a little sit right up the bunny's arm right here too, so I can slide the carrot in there like the little bunny's holding the carrot. So that's all I'm doing, is just making a slit like that. So we're going to slide the carrot in. Then I'm going to just cut out these 2 little carrots. All right. Aren't these little carrots cute? Who knew that we needed carrots, right? In a stamp set. But I guess carrots and bunnies go together pretty well. So, you know, today's the first day of spring, which is awesome. And it was pretty warm here today, but it was kind of cloudy and rainy. But I think the temperature was about 72 when I was driving home from work. So that was nice. I'm glad spring's coming. I've already got some flowers planted in the back. I love flowers. So I'm anxious to get a bunch of flowers planted and in place. Let's get our memento out and stamp our Everything's Coming Up carrots. And then we can assemble this card. Okay, so let's start by putting our inside in the card. And you could put any sentiment in here that you want, or just write. We're going to do this layer and put it on the right side of the card, kind of centered to the right. These colors are great, aren't they? Coordinates nicely. Then our pumpkin pie layer, I'm going to kind of put up and over right about here. And the one that we stamped will be next, with most of them right side up. Okay, now let's get our other pieces. Okay, both sides end up being the same, whether it's embossed or debossed on this pattern. So we'll do this right in the center, and then we're going to pop our little bunny up on here. Let me attach this to the card first, because I'm just going to do that with seal. And put that right about here. Then we can start popping some things up. Here's the sentiment. So is everybody keeping up okay who's crafting along? We're doing everything tonight as we go along, just like you would do it at home. So I didn't like pre-cut anything is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to pull out my glue and give it a whirl. See what we can do here. And just put this carrot right across here. A little bit of glue like that. Pop up our cute little bunny. Right in the center of our circle. Whoops. All right. Just like that. Let me put them just a little bit lower. And then we'll attach the carrot. I'm just going to do a little bit of seal on this guy. And then just put underneath the paw where we kind of cut the slit. Tuck in the carrot. You know what? I need to cut the other side too. I only cut the top of the arm. So let me just do a little slit on the bottom of the arm too. Okay. Now we can slide this in. Hold your carrot, little bunny rabbit. Just like that. And then let's add some embellishments with those same pretty pearls. I love these pearls because they're just so, the iridescence is beautiful. Oh, Lois, I don't think I've ever been to Harry Carey's. I've heard a lot of things about it. I don't think I ever went to Harry Carey's. I heard it was a lot of fun though. I think that's one of those ones that's super interactive with you, right? Okay. All right. What do you guys think? A cute little bunny carrot with a bunny card with lots of carrots. Okay, so our next project we're going to do, let's do the fun fold with the Happy Easter. Hold on for 1 second. I just want to get a quick sip of water. All right. I like this one because I love this color. I think the color is just really pretty for this card. We're also going to add the scalloped contours dies. So I use that to cut out a layer of basic white cardstock for that. And here is the set for this one. All right. So now this card base, I used Coastal Cabana, and this is 8.5 by 4 1/4. And this is scored at 4 inches. No, I'm sorry. This is scored at 3 inches right here. So that's 3 inches from this side that it's scored. Okay. So 4 1/4 this way, 8.5 this way. All right. And that just folds just like that. Now the inner card is also Coastal Cabana, and this is 8 inches across by 3 inches, and it's scored right in the middle at 4 inches. Okay. And that one's going to open this way in our card just like that. Okay, then we're going to add some of that same DSP. So we want our layers, and the first layer is going to be, this is the Dandy Designs. This is 5 1/4 by 4, and we might as well, while it's in our hand, just go ahead and put it down. So that's going to be going right in the inside of the card, centered right like this. Okay, the other layer, same DSP that we're going to put in, is 4 inches by 2 3/4. Okay, so that's going to go right here. So we've got that, and line it up so it looks even with the other piece. Okay, so that's the card base right there. That's all set and ready to go. For the inside, we're going to take, this is basic white, and I use the stitched rectangles dies to cut this out, and this is just going to go right in the middle, right like that. Okay, and that's going to be our inside. Okay, so before I put that down, I guess I want to stamp just a little piece of grass right here, and then the Easter egg we're going to cut out to add later. So let me just add a little bit of grass right here. Okay, sorry. I like the stitches to show this way. I just stamped on the back of that. Okay, so we have our little bit of grass for the inside, and I might as well color it while I've got it here. So let me just add a little bit of color to our blades of grass. And again, I'm not coloring, I'm leaving a little bit of uneven white because I like it that way. All right, now I'm ready to go ahead and put this piece down. And this one's opening this way. So, hold on. I'm going to put it right about like this inside. Okay. Okay. Then we can go ahead and put this in. And so I'm just going to add seal to the back of this. And for me, the easiest way to do this is just to fold it and line it up right in the middle. Let me make sure my grass is the right way. And I'm just going to center it right in the middle like that. Okay, so that's set. So now we have the basics of our card ready to go. Now we want to work on this panel right here. And so we've got several pieces for that. We use the scalloped contours dies with the basic white. So we have this layer. Then I have some more of this Dandy Designs DSP. This is 3 1/8 by 1 7/8. And this is going to go right in the middle of this. So let's go ahead and attach that too, since we've already got it picked up. And this is nice coordinating colors for that as well. Okay, we have a piece for stamping. So we're going to stamp another bunny and a little butterfly. And then we have another one of those labels that we're going to do a Happy Easter on. Okay, so let me get out the memento. We're going to do the same thing we did before. And I did not do this in advance since people are crafting along. I wanted to make sure we're doing everything just going along with everything and not pre-doing anything so everybody can keep up. Okay, so bunny here that we're going to end up cutting out, and a little butterfly, and then we're going to do another one of the flowers. Okay, so let me find that. I'm making a mess over here. Everything's getting all mixed up. Hold on. I'm organizing for a second. I'm putting away the ones that I've already used and aren't going to use again. Okay, flowers. Okay, so that's the part we're going to stamp. And then we might as well stamp our Happy Easter. And we're going to do that one in the Coastal Cabana. Let me clean off my stamp. Okay. Let me put that right here. Okay, Coastal Cabana. Sticking with the color theme here. Okay, let's try it. Okay. All right, let's color. I'll see if I cannot mess up the bunny this time. Petal pink for the ears. Little bunny nose. Okay, so I used a little bit lighter colors on the flowers this time. And I also used petal pink on the butterfly, so I'm just making a little bit cute little light colored butterfly for this one. I kind of wanted to keep the colors a little bit muted for this. And so I'm going to do petal pink for the rose this time, make it kind of a light pink. And we'll do this little flower in petal pink also. Okay, we're going to go back to Granny Apple for the leaves. Okay, and what other colors did I use? I used a little bit of balmy blue because you can kind of see that in the paper that we used. So I know a little bit weird because flowers aren't normally blue, right? Well, some of them are. But I just kind of want it to be muted and kind of match the paper and stuff. So we've got two little blue ones. I think I used a little bit of Bermuda Bay for the flower centers. And I think this part I actually cut off. Well, let's see, maybe we want to keep it this time. We'll see. Okay, let's put another dot here, and I think that's it for coloring. All right, time to cut again. I've seen lots of different colors that people cut the bunnies. And I saw gray ones that I thought were really pretty. A lot of people did tan bunnies. I kind of like the white bunnies. But you can make your bunny any color that you want. I think our dogs were boarded while we were away. And I think they're so happy to be back home now, even though it was just for a few days that we were gone. But they were super wiped out last night, and I think they're just happy to be home. We have two dogs, soft-coated Wheaten Terriers. One is Scout and one is Sparkles. And I actually, when I got those dogs, I got them in Chicago. Like, I think the first or second year that we lived here in San Antonio, I got Sparkles first. And so she came on an airplane with me to San Antonio. And then the next year, we got the dogs at Thanksgiving both years. Scout joined me on the airplane and came home to his home in San Antonio. There's not a lot of soft-coated Wheatens in San Antonio. cutting out the little flowers again. We'll see if we want to keep this part or chop it off. We'll see. I don't know why I chopped it off the last one, but there must have been a reason. All right, just like the way it looked. All right, you guys hanging in there okay? I know this one's kind of a long class because we have a lot of projects tonight, but I wanted to make sure everyone got their money's worth for ordering the projects. Okay. All right, let's put this together. So I'm going to take some ribbon and just tie a bow around this side. Same ribbon. I like this fun fold. I think it's a really fun, nice fun fold card. I've never been a super fan of a lot of different kinds of fun folds, but I'm trying to learn some new ones that I like. All right, there we go. And let me just trim this one off. Okay, now let's work on this part. So I'm just gonna use some seal just to put this part down. Right here. And then we'll pop up our other pieces, our bunny and our butterfly. I'm going to have to use a mini dimensional for this little butterfly. It's very small. And we'll put the butterfly right there. And then let's just take a little bit of seal to put on our flowers. I think we'll leave that other little piece on. I think it looks good. Okay, let's add a little bit of embellishment. Whoops, drop that one. And I'm just using a couple of small ones on this one. Here and there. And then let's put our sentiment last. And oh, you know what we didn't do? I missed a step. We didn't cut out an Easter egg for the inside. Okay, so as you can see on this one, I have a little Easter egg too that I cut out. We might come back to that, or I mean, you can put that if you want, or if you don't want to put the Easter egg there. So what I did for that one is the Easter egg has 3 different Easter eggs. I just stamped it and cut out one of the eggs and adhered it here like that. Now, the last thing I also did was I made the bunny a little bit sparkly and just added some Wink of Stella to the white on the bunny, just to make this bunny a little bit glittery. So we'll just do that, add some Wink of Stella and glitter them up so they look extra pretty. Whoa, I just had a big blob of Wink of Stella. Let me see if I can spread that out all over the bunny. Okay, all right, that is it. All right, I'm going to put this over here so it can dry. Okay, the next one we're going back to is one of the carrot cards. We're going to do the Thanks a Bunch card. What I've added to this is I used some of these deckled rectangle dies, you can see, to cut out a couple of the layers. Here are the pieces for this. Okay, so starting with, this is a Mango Melody card base, and just the standard card base that we do 8.5, 5.5, square to 4 1/4. This is going to be for the inside. It's just a basic white 5 1/4 by 4. I have this little piece cut off to go across the bottom to match the front. So as long as it's in my hand, let's adhere it. And this is also the Dandy Designs DSP. And this is, I think this is like 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches across. And I'm just gonna put that close to the bottom. And then we might as well just put this right in right away. So the inside is gonna be finished. Just like that, okay? Easy breezy. Okay, we've got this layer here, which is 5 1/4 by 4, and that's gonna go on the front. And we're just gonna leave a little border right like that. All right. All right, so our next layers, let's start layering these up. I've got this with the deckled rectangle, and this is that green. We've used this a lot, right? We use that for the Shamrock class. And then this is basic white, and this is also cut with the deckled rectangles. And then I have this little die cut for the sentiment. All right, so we're gonna start by stamping some carrots, and these are the bigger carrots. We're gonna stamp them in 2 different colors. So we've got this kind of plain piece that we're gonna do in Mango Melody, and then we'll do the pumpkin pie over it. So we're gonna stamp 3 carrots on there. And we kind of want them kind of like pretty much on top of each other. So I'm gonna put one this way. Whoa, that was terrible. Did you see what I did? I'm gonna try that again, or I'm just gonna flip it over. Okay, that's better. And then this one. And this one right like that. Okay, so that's the base. And let's get out our pumpkin pie. And we're just going to do these along this side. And you can see, because it's the clear stamp, to line it up. Or not line it up. Let me see if I can do better on this one. Okay, that one's a little bit better. Okay, so you can kind of see there's a little bit of a border that I didn't take into account with the first one. So when I line it up, I'm going to go just a little bit more to the right with that border. Okay, so there's our carrots. Next, we're going to take some Granny Apple Green and do some of the bigger leaves. Those right on top of our carrots. So let's see, we kind of want to fan those out too a little bit. Like that. Then we're going to take some garden green and do the next little piece. Now this has a really long stem. I don't want the whole thing to be on there, so I'm just going to stamp it, pick up ink on most of it, but not all the way down. And I'm going to go a little bit more to this side, and I'm going to do a little bit more. Whoops, hold on. Let me get my baby wipe because I went too far. I'm going to do more than 3 of these to kind of make it. Ugh, I keep doing that. It looks like I'm going to do about 5 of them here. Okay, and that is our bunch of carrots. Then I'm going to do the thanks a bunch, and these are 2 separate stamps, so I'm going to do the thanks in the garden green while I've got that out. And then we'll do a bunch in the pumpkin pie. And I think we can put this one together. That one's just a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Okay, so let's attach this one to this one. Straight on like that. Okay, then we're going to pop this whole thing up and put it at an angle. Let me check, hold on. Gotta check my fingers, make sure I don't have ink on them. Hold on a second. I think I just put more ink on my fingers trying to get the ink off. Okay. Come on. Come off of there. Like that. And you can see when I had a little divot in here when I die cut it, so that's the perfect place for me just to put a little pearl and cover that up. And we'll put that right there, and then we'll put our pearls on, and then we're going to add a little bit of linen thread after that. So let me cover up that little divot that I had in the card and finish putting our little pearls on here. Okay, and let's get a little bit of linen thread out, and we're just going to tie a double bow with that. So make sure I have a long enough piece. That was a little bit weird. I'm just going to trim this just a little bit shorter. I'm going to use a glue dot to put that on. I roll that up just a little bit so it's not showing as much. And lift that off and put that right there. Tuck this underneath. Okay, that is it for this card right here. Our cute little Thanks a Bunch carrot card. Okay, we are cruising right along. We're going to do another Easter card next. We're going to do this purple Happy Easter. I always think, when I think of Easter, I think this pretty purple. And what we've added for this one is I used these dies right here. I used this one. And you can see I still have a piece of, a little piece of leftover paper in there, which I can save to use for something else. So I cut this twice. I cut this first out of basic white and used that for the outside. Then I used the Designer Series paper with the polka dots, and I cut it out again and used the inside for this, okay? All right, let's get our pieces out for that. Let me organize for a minute. I'm kind of making a big mess here. Okay, here are the pieces for this card. So we are using fresh freesia, 8.5 by 5.25, 5.5 by scored at 4.25. Okay, same thing for the inside that we did last time. So a little bit of the Designer Series paper in the fresh freesia color. So I'm just going to put this in the bottom, and then I'll put this in the inside. So our inside will be done and ready to go, and you could stamp another sentiment in here if you would like to. Okay, so on the outside of the card, 5.25 by 4. Centered right like that. Okay, here are our other pieces. So we're going to use this for our stamping. We have this little sentiment again, and then here's the two pieces that I was talking about. And I'm just adhering these right down, so I might as well just go ahead and do it now. And I think, what am I going to use for adhesive? I am going to pull out my glue pen for this. And just add my adhesive around the edges. And center that on the sheet of cardstock. And we want this frame to go right about here. Ovals are hard for me to center. I hope that's straight. We'll know more once we put in the middle. So here's that DSP. And I'm just going to put this in with seal because that's the easiest thing for me to use. And let's see if we ended up having something centered. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, so that's going to be the base for our bunny. Okay, so let's stamp our bunny. This time we're going to use the cute little one that's sitting. And stamp the bunny in Memento. And then let's see if I have room for the Easter eggs on this. Great, like that. Okay. We're going to do Happy Easter again, this time in Highland Heather. Get that out from the bottom. I need to clean that off. Okay. All right, time to do a little bit of coloring. Let me get the right color for our little bunny. Do you guys have any colors that you're hoping won't retire, or any colors that you'd really, really like to get rid of? I think a lot of people don't like Blushing Bride. It's almost like a brownish pink. We'll see what happens. I hope none of my favorite colors leave. Not that they won't have new good colors, but it would make me sad to lose a couple of my favorites. But out with the old and in with the new, right? So Petal Pink I'm just doing for that. I'm going to do a little bit of Fresh Freesia for the other part of this egg that we're going to cut out. Okay, now if you wanted to color these too, so you could color and cut these out and put those in the last card on the inside if you wanted to. Okay, so we will cut and then assemble this card. Lois says that they hope they keep Mango Melody. Me too. I love Mango Melody. That's one of my favorites. I love Mango Melody. I love Polished Pink. I love Coastal Cabana. Okay, let me see if I did an okay job of cutting that out. It's a little pointy right there. I think that looks pretty good. And then we'll just cut out this Easter egg. I'm going to save this other one. And I'm going to cut a little slit on this bunny arm too so that the bunny can hold the egg. All right, having trouble cutting a simple oval. Probably just going too fast. All right, kind of butchered that a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, so let's see. How did I do this? You know what I did? I think I took a little bit of a craft knife and just, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. But I think I just cut this one arm out a little bit this way with a craft knife. And I've got a self-cutting mat underneath, which is my work surface. A self-healing mat. Did I say self-cutting mat? That's just silly. Okay, let's see how that did. Almost. I think we're just about there with cutting out the cute little bunny paw. That looks good. Just get this side a little bit more. I'm not very good with this. I do not use a craft blade very often. I just need this to, okay. That looks good. Let me just get these little shavings off. Okay. All right, let's pop our bunny onto our card. Whoa. All right, let's put this right here in the middle. And then, uh-oh, where's the Easter egg? Here it is. I'm just going to use a little bit of seal. Probably glue is a better bet, but... And let me see if I can lift this back up now. And just slide this underneath. Okay, I think that needs just a little drop of glue. Try that. Okay. All right, so let's put our sentiment down at the bottom. Right down here. We're going to add some embellishments. So let's start by adding a little bit of this glittered organdy ribbon. And I'm just going to make a bow. You could also use that fresh freesia ribbon. This is the ribbon that I included in the kits. And I just put in enough so you can make a bow for this card because you got the whole roll of the other one for the other cards and projects that we make. I want this a little bit smaller. Okay. And we'll use a glue dot to put this on. I've got glitter glued to my hands too from this. All right. So we've got our bow. So we're going to add some of the pearls. So we'll just kind of decorate here. And so I also gave the bunny a little necklace, and all I did was I took some, I can't remember if I used Highland Heather or Fresh Freesia. Let me see what the Highland Heather looks like. Either one is fine. And I'm just coloring some of these iridescent pearls to make a purple necklace for our bunny. I'm just going to do 2 coats of this and let it dry for a second. And then we're going to put it on and give this little guy, give her a necklace, right? And we'll just line up all those little pearls. Just like this. And, whoops, that one didn't want to stick. Go back where you belong. Okay, that one's going in the garbage. Okay, all dressed up. All right, that is the last card. Now we have one more project to go. And that's going to be this cute little Easter basket. And I thought this would be really fun at the Easter table to have this on the table. You could even put instead of putting an Easter treat for you, you could put somebody's name right across here. Just write it on there, and put some little treats right inside the little basket. So this is a really easy basket to make. So what we're adding for this one is this, is this a cane? I think it's called cane embossing folder. And it's really pretty because it kind of looks like wicker after you emboss it. So we're going to be using that. I've pre-embossed it in the kits, so it comes that way for you. Okay, so this is going to be our base right here, and this is basic white cardstock. And it's 10 inches by 3.5 inches, okay? And then it's scored at 1.5 right here. It goes this way. 1.5 here, 4.5, 6, and 9, okay? And then the bottom is scored at 1.5 this way, all right? And that's going to be the base. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be the bottom of the basket. I'm just going to go through and cut all the bottoms like this. And then I think this one, let me fold it up and see. Let me get out my bone folder and make our creases nice on this. Probably should have done that before I did all the cutting, right? Okay, then we're gonna fold it all up and see what it looks like. So this is gonna be the bottom. This is gonna go here, 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 and then this one can go here. So what I'm gonna do, you can either cut this one off or just glue it in here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's start adding glue. I'm gonna put some adhesive here. Now, if you want this really to stick, I would advise using the liquid glue or tear and tape, something that's a little bit stronger. I'm just using this for the sake of the video to make it nice and easy. Okay, so I'm gonna put next some adhesive on this one and this one, and fold these in this way, right? And then lastly, hold on, I want some adhesive up here too. Okay, so that's gonna go like this. Hold on, boop, like that. This is gonna go like this. And then I wanna have a nice bottom. Make sure this is in all the way. So this is gonna be my bottom piece right here, okay? And this seems to be hanging over just a tad. I probably just folded it a little funky, so I'm just gonna trim it just a little bit so it's nice and even when I put my bottom on. And that is just going to be the base of our little project, right like that, okay? So we have a nice little box. Okay, then we want to start decorating the outside. So I wanted to use this cane embossing folder. So I've already sent it through the die cutting machine. Now you can do this several ways on the outside. You can cut each one, and I give you a big piece like this that's embossed, right? You can cut out individual panels for the sides. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to cut 2 inches and just do two inch strips. And that way I'm going to just kind of roll it around both sides. So I'm going to take one and cut it right here. And then do another 2 inches right here. Okay, just like that. All right, then I'm gonna take one and put it here and wrap it around the front. And I want this side to be the back, so I'm gonna do the back side first and wrap it around, okay? And let me get my plus, because I like this better when I have something embossed, so it doesn't tear the paper up. So I'm just going to kind of center it here, right? And then I'm just going to bend it around the corner like this, just like that, okay? All right, then I'm going to do the front the same way. And the Stampin' Seal Plus will help hold it on better too than the regular seal, or you could use liquid glue, that'd work too. And then I'm just going to do it this way on this side. Now, like I said, if you prefer, you can just cut out the panels and just do 4 panels, okay? But right now I've got it pretty well covered in the cane, right? Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Let me just, I'm gonna add a little bit more right here so it sticks well and doesn't come up. Let me do the same thing on the other side because I probably should have added more glue to start with. Okay, that looks pretty good. So again, we've got our base set. We're going to use this piece for stamping. In the meantime, let's finish this up. So I'm going to take, I have some more of this designer series paper, and this is 10 inches and it's 3/4 inch, okay? And so I'm just going to add some seal on this, and I'm just going to take this and bend it all the way around right in the middle, just like this. Go around this way, and then finish going around that way, just so we have a cute little border in the pretty color. All right, so that's done. Now we're going to have to do some stamping to finish that up. And then I did the zigzag on this too. And we're just going to make that our little handle, right? So let me just add a little bit of the Seal Plus on both sides. And then we've got a cute little handle for this. And then the base of our basket is done, and we just have to do a little bit of decorating. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's do the stamping. All right, you guys, this is our last project. How are we doing on time? 8:18. So we went a little bit longer because we had more projects to do, but we're almost finished. So thanks for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it a lot. And let's get our bunny, our final bunny done. This one you could do in white too if you wanted to. This time I kind of branched out and did a different color for the bunny. I'm using the ivory. So I've got the bunny, I've got the eggs again, and a carrot. Let's see where my little carrot went. I've used like so many different stamps in this set, so I've got a bunch of blocks over there. All right, let's do some quick coloring, and then we'll finish the assembly of this card. All right, so I'm still going to use Petal Pink for the ear right here and a tiny little bit on the nose. And I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie for the carrot. Whoa, that is dark pumpkin pie. Let me color in with the light. Okay. I'm going to use the ivory, like I said, for the bunny. Let me get the brush side. Just kind of a little bit of a light beige bunny this time. I like this ivory a lot for different animals. I'm leaving the little tail white. I'm just going to kind of add another layer kind of around the edges here to add a little bit of shading in the same color. Okay, that is our bunny. And then let's just color some of these eggs. So we're going to add a little polished pink. I'm trying to hurry now because I've kept you guys so long. So I'm kind of going outside the lines a little bit. We'll do some light pumpkin pie. I think I had used Mango Melody for this one too. We'll do this egg in some balmy blue. And then on the other side, we'll use some Bermuda Bay. Not Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana, where are you? Or did I use Pool Party? Pool Party it is. They're very similar. I don't know if you can see the difference on camera like that, but It's kind of a light and a dark. And we'll use a little bit of fresh freesia. And then we're just about done coloring. And Daffodil Delight. I'm going to use the light one this time because I felt like the dark one was too dark last time. Okay, that is it. Let me put my markers away. Last set of cutting. We're still going to have to do an Easter treat for you that we're going to stamp in some Highland Heather. Let's see if I can cut these things. Oh, I didn't do that. You can't have a white carrot top. Okay. Oh, Renee had a good idea. She said you could use brads on the handle so the handle moves. That's a really good idea. That would be good. I pictured this little basket on my table with some pastel colored M&Ms, the peanut ones, because they look like little Easter eggs. So I was thinking, like I said before, maybe I'll do these, put the little treats on and put everybody's name on them as kind of place card holders and little treat baskets on the Easter table. I love decorating for Easter because I love the pretty colors. So next week, I'm not going to be on live. It's spring break next week, and I'm going to have house guests here all week. So I won't be able to go live next week. And I don't have the projects for the week after set up yet. But I'm thinking that I want to use the Erica set, the taco. It is a taco fiesta. Is that the name of it? And then after that, I mean, there's still some sets I want to use before this catalog retires. So I still want to do the Seaside Bay dies. I want stamps, and I want to do Playing in the Rain. So I'm not sure what the projects will be the week after next, but I will get those projects ready so we can have some more stamping fun. Okay, let's stamp this and put our last project together. So I'm doing this again in the Highland Heather. It's going to say an Easter treat for you. And I'm going to stamp it all the way to the right of the banner, right like that. And then I'm going to cut off the other side, right about here. Okay. So let's just put that on. I think we're doing that with all dimensionals. So I think we're going to have nice weather next week when I have guests in town. So hopefully we can do some fun things. It seems like everybody has their spring breaks at different times. Last week it was spring break here for the kids in school, so everybody was off school last week, and we were even a little bit slower at work because a lot of the doctors were on vacation, so they weren't there during doing surgeries. Okay, I'm gonna cut this little bunny paw again like we did before, so the bunny can hold the carrot. And I'm just gonna slide that in. Hold on. I made the same mistake twice, didn't I? Isn't that silly? Gotta do the bottom of the arm too. I don't like that little piece sticking out, so let me cut that off. All right, and then the eggs, that's the last thing to go on. All right, right, so I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I know it was a long one. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all have a great week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And we'll have more fun crafting. I'm going to add a little bit, just of this little bit right in here. And then a bow. And then we're finished. We've got one of the big events in San Antonio that's coming up, which is why I'm anxious to use this Taco Fiesta class, is Fiesta. San Antonio has Fiesta. It's at the end of April, and it lasts for, is it 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. And there's events all over the city for that entire time period. And it's a lot of fun. It's a huge event for San Antonio, just like the rodeo was a big event for us. Fiesta's a big event also. So I want to make a Fiesta card for sure to celebrate Fiesta here. Okay, so we did a lot of projects, right? We made a lot of cards tonight. We did these Happy Easter, some carrot cards, another Happy Easter fun fold, another carrot card, this little guy, and then these 2 little baskets we made. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys after spring break. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.